Hey everyone, in this example we have this beautiful fraction and we are going to demonstrate our understanding and knowledge when it comes to the properties of exponents. So let's dive in. One thing that you want to make sure you take care of first is the situation right here where we have this whole quantity in my denominator in parentheses being raised to the second power. You don't want to start reducing from top and bottom until you deal with that. Parentheses or other grouping symbols should always really be handled first. So what do I have? Well, the numerator can more or less stay for now, 128 m to the 12th n to the 10 over, and now I could go ahead and square what I have inside. Now 128, I know it's 2 raised to a power, and 4 is also 2 raised to a power, and then when I get 4 squared, that's also 2 raised to a power. So we'll play with that in the next step, but 4 is 2 times 2 and it's being squared. We get 16. We can leave it like that for now. Now what do you do when you raise a power on the m and then you raise a power again? This is called a power of a power. It's not a power to a power. That's different. This is a power of a power where you have something raised to a power and that whole quantity raised to a power again. In this situation, you are going to multiply your exponents. You multiply them together. 2 times 2 is 4. I know 2 squared is also 4, but that's not really what you're doing. You're going to get 4, and then n, you do the same thing. So that 2, second power, it goes to the 4, it goes to the m squared, and it goes to the n to the 5th. So 5 times 2 is 10. Next thing, 128. Well, 128 is 2 to the 7th power. I know we did a lot of practice with that in class, so if you know that, it's going to actually be really helpful for you. M to the 12th on top, well, actually, let's do the 16. That's 2 to the 4th. M to the 12th on top means you have 12 m's, and m to the 4th on bottom means you have 4 m's all being multiplied. Whether it's like this with the 2's or like this with the m's, when you have like bases, when your bases match, like terms, like bases, what you do is you're going to subtract, and I tend to subtract it larger power, like tug of war, minus the one with the smaller power, and then the larger power wins, and that's where your answer goes. So it's like tug of war, north versus south or something like that, okay? So 2 to the 7, 2 to the 4, who wins? The numerator with 2 to the 3rd. M to the 12, m to the 4, who wins? The numerator with m to the 8. What about these n's? It doesn't really matter where you put it, it's n to the 0. Whether you put it there or there, it's fine because in either case, n to the 0 is really equal to 1. So you're probably not going to write down n to the 0. Most of you will see that you have something divided by itself, and then you'll just sort of know that they can cross out because anything divided by itself is 1. So what's left behind? Could you leave it like that? I mean, I guess so. Or I might go ahead and figure out 2 to the 3rd, 2 times 2 times 2, which is not 6, it is 8. 8m to the 8th. And there you have it. That's your final answer. Put a thumbs up if you got it right, or if you think you'd get it right next time, thumbs down if no, just a big fat no, right? You don't get it, you don't like it, put a thumbs down. Click through for the next example, more practice. I also have a ton of videos linked underneath to a ton of examples with properties of exponents. So if you need a lot of help, just click through any of those, okay? Click through for the next one. Adios.